Hey guys, we're back for another toy haul video, and I think this is the first toy haul since the great Mythic Legions delivery of 2018. There are a lot of Mythic Legions in this video, though this is actually going to be a pretty big one. I realized that a bunch of stuff has come in that I haven't really paid attention to because of Mythic Legions, so kind of a varied array of stuff, and a lot of this is going to get reviews soon. Obviously, Legions is still a thing. I sort of apologize for the inundation of Legions, but at the same time, not really. I mean, come on, they're awesome toys. First up, this one real quick. You've probably seen this in another video. Most recent toy-related shirt from 8-Bit Zombie. This is the I Love Saturday Morning shirt, so it's got all kinds of your favorite Saturday morning mascots on it, which is really cool. But we've got some stuff that I picked up at the toy department in Cincinnati. We got a bunch of Legions, some vintage stuff. We've got some Loyal Subjects. We've got some NECA. We've got some Star Wars. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to kind of go with what I can grab because there's a whole bunch of stuff down here. So two things that I got at the toy department. So that is, you know, like the best toy store I've ever been to. They're in Cincinnati. Check them out. We got a loose Cops figure. This is from Hasbro. So the Cops and Crooks line. There's Cops in the cartoon is called Cops. Fighting crime in a future time. We've got Sergeant Mace here, and these figures were really cool because they used cap gun features. So he has a humongous rifle. I don't have it right now. It's in a bag somewhere. And you put caps in it, and it will actually, you know, shoot the caps. And then we've got Bernhardt from Supernatural. So this is another one of those hologram figures from Tonka back in the 80s. So those are really cool. Pretty much every time I've been to the toy department, I've grabbed every single loose Supernaturals that they've had. We have got the latest from Dragon Ball Z Figure Arts, or at least what's come out here so far. I guess Gotenks is next. We got Bulma, the Wild Riders Bulma, the Odd Choice costume Bulma. We've got a couple things from Super 7. We got the Great Garloo reaction figure. So this is, you know, a new take on a very, very, very old toy from back in the 50s, I think, a motorized, remote-controlled toy. So this is really cool. I'm not sure I'm going to open them or not. I mean, I probably will because I tend to do that with reaction figures. And then we've got the big one, Phantom Starkiller. This is a huge one, you know, for Killer Bootlegs, the creator of Phantom Starkiller, to finally have a actual production toy instead of a bootleg. So this is really cool. I need to open him at some point. I just really haven't gotten around to it. And then we got another Super 7 reaction figure, the Halloween Misfits Fiend. Some nice translucent candy style plastic there, so that's amazing. And it glows in the dark too. The face on the figure glows and the card glows as well, which is pretty amazing. Let's see, we've got the Walgreens exclusive Magic figure. I tracked her down in store. I believe she was the only one at the time. I think the store might have been picked clean by then, but we got her. So she's going to get a review at some point. I don't know if she's a big priority. I'm sure she's been reviewed over and over and over again at this point. But I'm pretty excited because I don't have the first one. This is something that I've been waiting for a while. Boss Fight Studio, as you know, I do the Bucky O'Hare line that they make. Big fan of Bucky. And this is a variant figure that they've already released. So they've released Jenny, Bucky, and Deadeye Duck. And Deadeye Duck got a variant in this lunchbox case. So this is on its own is cool. It's a metal lunchbox. So it's got the Bucky O'Hare artwork all over it. You can see the ship on the back. But when you open it up, we've got the Corsair Canard, or Canard Corsair. I can't remember what it is. Now that I have to say it, I don't remember. Corsair Canard, whatever it is. His pirate days from when he was not necessarily a good guy. So we've got his different costume, and then we've got some, I think these are European variant colors for the guns, because there's orange, purple, and metallic green. So it's the same figure, just with kind of more guns and a different color scheme. But I couldn't pass him up, especially because he came in this package. That's a really cool package, and it was really not much more expensive than the regular figure. We've got, this is an oddball for me, at least in terms of stuff that I usually don't do. NECA Predator. We've got the Ultimate Edition Ahab. Picked this guy up at Target. Gonna do a review on him soon. I've got more Predators coming, actually. The more recent comic book series that they released, Series 18, I think. I've had some bad luck with NECA Predators and Aliens in the past. I'm trying to give it another go. So this was going to be a cool one because I really dig the Fire and Stone comic that he comes from. Let's see, what else we got? We've got some Loyal Subjects. One of these was sent in by a viewer. Thank you very much. We've got Slide from Walgreens. So this is the Walgreens exclusive character. So Slithe was the exclusive, and I just couldn't find him. And I'd mentioned in a previous video that I got in a bunch of the other commons, but I could never get him. So this was sent along. So thank you so much. That's really fantastic because I still have not found it even after buying more. But what I did find, and this is really weird, is almost immediately after getting this in the mail, I got the Walgreens 1 in 96 Chase variant, so that's really wild. So you can see their different paint schemes. We've got a darker green and a lighter green here. Same figure though. And then after getting that, I was kind of done. I kind of figured I was not going to chance it anymore. There's no reason to waste any more money trying to get anything. I got the biggest variant that I could reasonably find. My wife decided to chance it and buy another one, and she got the 1 in 48 variant Chitara. So we've officially got everything that I'm going to risk. There is still the Club 28 glow-in-the-dark Slithe, and then there's still one total gold Lino from the Walgreens line, assuming it hasn't already been found by somebody, but I'm not going to go that route. Walgreens only stocks about 2 of these at any given time, so the chance of finding it is very, very low. In general, even more so there. So we've got those 3. I can say that I'm done with Thundercats, I guess, for now. I'm assuming they're going to make another wave at some point, but who knows. We've got a lot of Mythic Legions, Lord. Let's see. We've got another figure from the toy department. So I got a couple carded figures. This I'm thinking is probably going to stay carded just because I like it so much. We've got a carded Supernaturals Ghost. This is Vampa. Obviously, of course, why not? So he is, you know, one of the ghouls, one of the ghosts. You can see they've got like a little card in the background. I just love the artwork on this thing. You know, it's like a thicket of thorns there, and he's, of course, you know, got the hologram going on. We've got glow-in-the-dark weaponry, and then the back has a full cross-sell of all the ghosts, and it shows what their holograms look like, which is just fantastic. And it comes with 1 Supernaturals point, which I'm sure is good for nothing. But that is really cool. The card's not in the greatest shape, but it's also not bad either. So, I don't know. I want to open it just because I don't have him loose. But at the same time, I mean, it just, that's so 80s. It just looks so cool. So, I don't know. We'll see. We got some Star Wars stuff that a buddy of mine tracked down for me, which I haven't even taken out of the bag he gave them to me in. So these are new 3 3/4 inch figures. So we've got the Rio Durant figure from Solo. I think he ordered a case for these, for some of them. We've got the Vintage Collection Tank Driver, which I don't have a tank for. Probably never will. We've got the Solo Tobias Beckett. Almost forgot his name there for a second. We've got the single-carded Imperial Guard, which is really cool. It's good to have 2 of those because I have that one from the 3-pack. We've got the single-carded L337. We've got Val. So this is most of this wave. I know there's something else. Quay Tolside, I think I'm missing him. The Pike, he's the one I want the most, of course. So we're missing him. We've got a number of Mythic Legions. So this might as well be just another huge Mythic Legions haul. But these are pretty cool, though. And I've shown these off before, if I can pick them all up. But these are different. So a way back I showed, it wasn't in a haul video, it was in sort of a, hey look I got a thing, I'm not reviewing it because I'm not opening it video, but I got the Super 7 Epic Battle 2-packs of their first run of the vintage style Filmation He-Man, She-Ra, Hordak, and Skeletor. And, you know, they released the Los Alamos variants at the unboxing convention. I skipped those when they actually put them up for release because I already had them. I didn't want to take them from somebody who didn't have them. Of course, I'm sure some scalpers got a hold of them anyway. But they were also, as we knew, we were gonna get single-carded releases, and they finally came out. So I've got those. We've got the single-carded Hordak here, and I'm going to open these. These are going to be my openers. I'm leaving the Epic Battles in their package just because they're so limited. I figured those can stay. They're unique. These, I'll keep the card backs. They come with little backer cards with Filmation-style artwork on them. That's pretty cool. You've got the As Seen on TV, but these are, of course, on classic Masters backer cards. We got Hordak here. You know, he looks very vintage-y in terms of figure, but he still has some Filmation style. I think these are more vintage-y than Filmation-y. There really is a little bit lost here. Like, obviously, he's Filmation colors, but he doesn't really look like it to me. He still looks a lot like a vintage Hordak. He-Man in particular doesn't really look Filmation to me, but we'll talk about that when we get there. We've got cross-sell on the back. You can see we've got the new Hero and Eldora down there. We've got artwork up there on the top. You can see we've got action feature explanations down here. Let's see. So yeah, we've got a replacement I don't know if it's a replacement arm or if it's something that looks like it's something that slides over Hordak's arm for his cannon, which is pretty cool. We've got Skeletor. So he looks pretty cool. I mean, he's mostly just a Skeletor figure. He looks a little beefier, but he's a Skeletor figure with a yellow face. And then we've got, this one took a little beating in shipping. It's been bent cross-sell, and we've got some new artwork there on the back, which just looks fantastic. So the artwork on these, it's going to be hard to open them, honestly. I'm just not in a position to buy two to keep one sealed. I'm just not going to do that with these. And then we've got the Filmation style She-Ra. I actually really, really like the way this one looks. It looks very 80s to me, but still retains a little cartoony vibe. And then we've got more artwork of her fighting Hordak. We've got some cross-sell and, you know, more action feature explanation. And then the worst one, we got He-Man. And if you can see, he's having a little trouble keeping his power harness on there. So it's popped loose in shipping. Hopefully it's not broken. We'll find out when I open this guy, but I think he's the least Filmation-y of the bunch, but I'm still pretty jazzed to get these guys. And then there's artwork of him fighting Skeletor on the back there, which is pretty solid. So it's just exciting to get, He-Man toys that look like vintage He-Man toys, I guess is really what it comes down to. Now, the rest is all Mythic Legions, because I've been kind of going nuts with Mythic Legions lately. Obviously, I got the huge Kickstarter order in, and that just kind of put some fuel in the fire on that. So we got some older stuff that I just didn't own. So we've got, first off, just take a look at it just randomly here. We've got a Black Knight Legion Builder. This is from the Coliseum line, so it's one of the more generic figures. He doesn't really have tons of paint detail on him. He's very, very blacked out, but he looks pretty cool. So I don't know if I'm going to do a video on him or not, but, you know, that's a new one for me, at least. He's been out for a bit. We got a couple down here that are loose. I have the packaging for them, but I opened them up because I wanted to show them. I just wanted to use them as background characters in other reviews. So the first one, we've got Aetheron here. So this is one of the big gods in the line, along with the deer chick, Xylona, that I did a review on. So he's one of the birds, but he's got an armored head here. So he's a little different. He's very, very similar to the other birds, but he's got a little more because he comes with wings. I used him in the background for the Gwendolyn Heavensbrand review, and she was also wearing his wings in that review. He's got what I think might be a unique sword. I've never seen this elsewhere, and he's got just a wild head sculpt. So this figure's really, really cool. I just, for some reason, skipped him when he came out, and as much as I like the bird line, I'm not sure why. So I finally have him. He's kind of, you know, he's the leader of the birds, basically, and he's a big driving force in the story behind some of the Mythic Legion stuff. We've got this guy here. This is one of the Gothotropolis ravens. This is kind of the main raven. Decimus Hraban is what his name is, but this is a specific version of him. This is a smoky translucent version. He comes with a different weapon than his regular figure. His regular figure has a big scythe. He just has kind of a lance type weapon, you know, but he's the same as all the other birds. So if you've seen any of those reviews I did not too long ago, I kind of looked back at one of them, and then I did a bunch a while back. But he comes with different clawed feet, and he's basically the same figure as the regular one. He's just translucent plastic, and then same body as all the other birds, but a different head, because he's the raven guy from the Gothotropolis Ravens. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got this guy down here. This is one of the Covenant of Shadows figures. This is Torian, so he's one of the Minotaur guys. I used him in one review. Shadow Elf King, I believe, because he's got the same blue color scheme, so that's why I used him. This is one that I don't even remember where I got it at this point. So we've got this guy. He looks pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about this one. There is another Minotaur, maybe two more, at least in terms of Mythic Legion specifically. I don't know if I'm going to get him or not. I think one might be enough. I don't have to have everything, obviously, but sure seems like I do. So we've got another handful of Mythic Legions, and I think that's it. I'm surrounded by toys at this point, so forgive me if I missed something. We've got Sir Ignatius Mythic Legions, so this is one of the original line, 1.0 Mythic Legions. He is one of the kind of like Holy Knight style figures, and this guy's paint job is just wild. He's got some crazy wings on his helmet there. This one I'm very, very excited about. He's older. You really can't get him for even close to a good price now, but I'm probably going to review him just, you know, so I can run through the figure myself and play around with them, because that's how I play with my toys most of the time now. We got the last thing that I picked up at the toy department. They had a few Mythic Legions, and I was hard-pressed to not grab one. I had everything that they had in stock. They had a very small amount, except for this one. This is the one of the Orc Legion builders. So this is the Orc Legion Builder 3. There's been a handful of them. So this is just one of the generic orcs with some kind of rustic style weapons. So he's got kind of the same weaponry and armor that a lot of the other figures have, but it's just, he's an orc, and he comes with a bunch of weapons. And I don't really have any orcs because I missed a bunch of them, because that's what I did. So we got this one to kind of kickstart, no pun intended, that little line. And then we've got a few more. These are, two of them are some of like the heavy hitters in the original Mythic Legions line. So this one is another one of the Colosseum figures. So this is in the same line as Rhaegor. That's the one I always go back to because he's my favorite from figures that I've reviewed previously. This is Khador, so he's another one of the gladiators, kind of a bare-chested guy with just like a knight's helmet on him. Bunch of big weaponry, pauldrons, the whole deal. So I might do a review on him. I say that with all of them. I'm so much in love with this line right now that it's kind of what I want to do. So we'll see. And then we've got two more, assuming I haven't missed anything, and there's just no telling right now. So we've got Gideon Heavensbrand. I know in my Gwendolyn Heavensbrand review, I mentioned that this was her brother, and I didn't have him. Well, I came across a ridiculous deal and couldn't pass him up, so here he is. This is one of like the big names in Mythic Legions. There's a lot of, you know, middling kind of guys, and then there's some of the larger-than-life type characters that lead factions or, you know, have done heroic deeds, things like that, or just the troops. This guy is definitely in the more heroic, larger-than-life style characters, so we got him. And then this is the one that I really wanted. These two were in kind of a deal, and this is the one that really sold it on me. Was we got, make sure I get his name right, Scapular the Crypt Breaker. So it's one of the original skeletons from the line. He's not as kind of outlandish as, say, Scaphoid or Keltis, but he is pretty wild. I'm really digging the head on him. He's got just like he's got a covered head. He doesn't have just a bare skull. And then we've got kind of plain armor, but he just looks so dark and evil, and that's really what does it for me. Not to mention the fact that, you know, it was a deal that I really couldn't pass up. I probably should have passed it up, but I didn't, and here we are. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything I've gotten. Some of this goes back to before I even got the Mythic Legion stuff. I just didn't have anything worthwhile to throw into one big video. So this is kind of a lot of stuff over maybe the past 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 2 months, whatever. So we got, you know, a bunch of stuff, a bunch of reviews coming. I'm still chugging along with the Mythic Legion stuff. I'm going to pepper a bunch of this stuff in because, I mean, I just need some variety anyway. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's basically what I've gotten lately. What have you gotten lately? What do you think of some of this stuff? Let me know down below, and I'll catch you next time.